Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. How y'all doing today? Pretty good? Hey, we're going through Genesis right now, and I just got back from a bike ride, so I thought, well, what a good time to do an episode of the regular dude. So, anyway, let's get started on the regular dude here today. And today we're starting in Genesis chapter 41. In Genesis 41, we're now at the part where it's Pharaoh's dreams in the story of Joseph. So if you have your Bibles, like I do here, and your spectacles, let's read. We're going to read verses 1 through 14 today. And it's entitled, I Have Become All Things to All People. And you're thinking, you're looking at this and you're like, what are you talking about? This is the story of Pharaoh's dream. Look at the last verse of 14 when we get to that, and you're going to go, oh, okay. And then we're going to read also 1 Corinthians 9:19 to 23, too. So, get your spectacles and your Bibles, and let's read. When 2 full years had passed, Pharaoh had a dream. Okay, 2 full years since Joseph had interpreted the dreams of the baker and, not the candlestick maker, the baker and the guy that samples the wine for him. So anyway, those 2 dreams he had interpreted, and he was still in prison for 2 more years. He was standing in the, Pharaoh had a dream. He was standing in the Nile when out of the river there came up 7 cows, sleek and fat. They grazed among the reeds. After them 7 other cows, ugly and gaunt, came up out of the Nile and stood beside those on the river bank. And the cows that were ugly and gaunt ate up the 7 sleek, fat cows. Then Pharaoh woke up. This would mean a lot to Pharaoh because cows were an important thing in Egypt, okay? And it's just an odd dream that you have these fat cows in the Nile, okay? So it's talking about the Nile. That's the water source for Egypt, okay? So it's very significant here. And that's, I think, why it's puzzling and Pharaoh, and he's bothered by this whole dream because of all the significant things that would pertain to him as being ruler of Egypt. Okay, then you have the goofy thing. You have these 7, weak cows come up and eat the fat cows. Okay, and they don't look any different at the end. Okay, so he's puzzled by this. Verse 5: He fell asleep again and had a second dream. 7 heads of grain, healthy and good, were growing on a single stalk. After them 7 heads of grain sprouted, thin and scorched by the east wind. The thin heads of grain swallowed up the 7 healthy full heads. Then Pharaoh woke up. It had been a dream. In the morning his mind was troubled, so he sent for all the magicians and wise men of Egypt. Pharaoh told them his dream, but no one could interpret them for him. Okay, so this is very puzzling because it's 2 dreams that they're not the same, but they're very similar. Okay, you can't, to have all these things, the 7 strong things eaten up by the 7 weak things in both dreams is very significant, okay? Also, the heads of wheat, or the grain that sprouted up, that was like a symbol of Egypt, okay? So again, it's stuff that is very significant to Pharaoh. And so he sees these 2 dreams, or has these 2 dreams, and naturally, the next morning, he's puzzled by it. This is bothering him, okay? And he calls his the magicians and everything. And this was common because the Egyptians were superstitious people, and they actually had people like on their staff to interpret dreams. Okay. Verse 9: Then the chief cupbearer said to Pharaoh, "Today I'm reminded of my shortcomings." Pharaoh was once angry with his servants, and he imprisoned me and the chief baker in the house of the captain of the guard. Each of us had a dream the same night, and each dream had a meaning of its own. Now a young Hebrew was there with us, a servant of the captain of the guard. We told him our dreams, and he interpreted them for us, giving each man the interpretation of his dream. And things turned out exactly as he interpreted them to us. I was restored to my position, and the other man was impaled. So Pharaoh sent for Joseph, and he was quickly brought from the dungeon. When he had shaved and changed his clothes, he came before Pharaoh. That's the last verse there, verse 14, and that's the significant verse we're really focusing on here today. Pharaoh sent for Joseph, but Joseph, get this, he shaved and changed his clothes before he came to Pharaoh. He didn't have the attitude like, well, I'm a prisoner, I'm just going to wear my prison, clothes out there, and it is what it is, No, it wasn't like that at all. He changed and he shaved to present himself well to Pharaoh. Okay? Keep in mind here, too, the Hebrew people were not known for shaving. They would grow the long beards and stuff in this time period. Okay? The Egyptians, however, were known for shaving and having a clean-shaven face. Okay? And they would have, like, sometimes odd hairstyles and stuff like that. But they were known for the clean-shaven face. So, to present himself well to Pharaoh, he changes his clothes, gets out of his prison clothes, and then shaves. Okay, he does this so he has a good presentation to Pharaoh. Okay, that's the bottom line. And he doesn't have the attitude of like, this is who I am, and you just have to live with it. No, he accommodates Pharaoh. This goes back or it goes forward actually to the New Testament, where Paul is talking about the same thing. And this is 1 Corinthians 9, verse 19 to 23. And this is what he says here. Though I am free and belong to no one, he says, I'm a free man. I can do whatever I want to. Okay? I have made myself a slave to everyone to win as many as possible. You're like, what? He says he's a free guy, but he makes himself a slave to everyone so that he can win those people. Okay? Joseph is the same way. He's like, I can do whatever I want to. But he makes himself a slave to Pharaoh, dressing like Pharaoh and presenting himself nice. Verse 20, to the Jews I became like a Jew to win the Jews. To those under the law I became like one under the law, though I myself am not under the law, so as to win those under the law. To those not having the law I became like one not having the law, though I am not free from God's law, but am under Christ's law, so as to win those not having the law. Verse 22, to the weak I became weak to win the weak. I have become all things to all people, so that by all possible means I might save some. I do all this for the sake of the gospel, that I may share in its blessings. Okay? That's the bottom line. If you're going to reach people and share the gospel with them, you got to become like those people. Okay? And I'm saying this using common sense, of course. Okay? That doesn't mean, if I'm trying to reach the guy smoking dope, I smoke dope with him. No, that's not what it means. But if I'm trying to reach a certain people group that live in Asia, I would go there and I would learn their language and learn their customs and things like that to become like them so as to win those people. I don't go there to those people and go, hey, if you want to learn the gospel, you got to, speak English and, dress like me and everything. No, I become like those people to reach those people. And that's what Joseph was doing here. He was presenting himself like an Egyptian, really. He took his prison clothes off, and but he shaved himself like an Egyptian and not like a Hebrew, okay? And he will continue to do that as he goes on through the rest of the story. He's dressed and acts like an Egyptian from this point on, okay, to win those around him. Thanks for watching. I'm a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through Genesis. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.